Good morning, welcome to today's stream. Last couple of days of streams now and I'm back to work, so probably won't end the streams till next Wednesday, so this is probably the last one today until mid next week. So welcome to everybody. If you're new to this channel, make sure you're subscribed and hit that like button. So we will start off today by looking at Bitcoin as ever. Start off on the BTC shorts, which is absolutely mental. A lot of people shorting the market here. I'll say a lot of people, it could be a couple of people with some deep pockets. So we'll have a look at Bitcoin, what's going on, and then as usual we'll look through all the altcoins, and then any questions you've got, fire them in chat and we'll see what's going on. The market today is looking absolutely horrific again. At some point we will bounce, whether that's from these regions or even lower. We've got this region marked up at 24k. It looks like we're coming back down to test that yearly high again, yearly open should I say. As you can see, we opened back here on 1st of January at 28,800, pushed up, we've retested it close to 3 times there, and we've been down and tested it again, so there's no harm in saying we're going to come down and test that again. Morning everybody, target is 27. Where's 27? We've got any wicks within that range. $26,890 could be a decent region. 27 around there. There's a few wicks that close within that range, so yeah, that could be a good potential. We've got 24k, and remember, there's always that yearly open, which that previous all-time high is there. Can't see that I mean like, but you never know. There's a lot of manipulation going on at the minute, and TA is pretty much out of the window, other than looking at in a bearish state of play. I'm still bullish long term. It's hard to try and work out what's going to happen to me. You would expect that with the amount of lower highs we're forming in terms of structure, you would expect us to go down. We're above, should I say, we're below most of the moving averages, which you would expect to be above if you were on an uptrend. So everything so far is looking very, very bearish. If we just look at the death cross, what people are talking about, we've had that crossover now. There's a good chance we could come down and test 24, or maybe even a bounce back off this 28k region, and we could have a look at potentially crossing a bit of a bullish cross somewhere down here, but let's see. It's still an unknown what's going on. You would expect, if you're looking to trade, probably not open any longs at this time. Shorting is the best, and as that's shown by the amount of BT shorts. If you're just looking at the top of the BT shorts here, was on the 16th of June. That was the top, and then that's when the amount of shorts diminished all the way back down to 24th of June. If you're looking at 16th of June on here, so it was that wick there when the shorts started to diminish, and then obviously they've come down to this level and shorts are opening back up from this region at around 35k. So the shorts are in a lower position, which could be bad really. I mean, it could drive us down lower, but let's see what goes on. Remember, at some stage you could always get that major candles to the upside, or even major candles to the downside. 26876 was exact. Very nice bounce bottom. I see 20k. A lot of people are saying we could hit 20k. It's always a possibility around that range. That's the previous all-time highs that we did hit back in. We broke it in 2020, didn't we? After we had that COVID dump back in March then. We went on a good run and we smashed those all-time highs, did a bit of a retrace, and then got sent all the way up to 41k before that rejection back down to the yearly open, and then pumped back up to 65k. So in theory things are still looking like we're heading down. These are the areas to monitor. Yesterday we thought we had a little bit of a reversal, but the whales just fucking hammered some, pretty much we had 3 green candles to the north. You look at my daily. Lovely 3 green candles there, and then 1 candle that took them all out. So it just shows you that there is a lot of manipulation in play, and if you're not sure what's going on, sit on your hands, because at some stage we will bounce back up, but for now, it's not worth doing anything. You think the cycle top will be 23, 24? I don't think so, mate. I still think that towards the end of this year we're going to see a good rise. If this was the bull cycle, you wouldn't expect to see a yearly I've just changed these to red. We've never had a bull cycle with a yearly red candle within that year, ever. Where's my candle? If you're just looking at this current yearly candle is it's red, sorry, so I say, oh, that's 52-week previous in it. We need to see yearly candles, actually. I've not got it on here. Let's have a look. But it's close to being in the red anyway, because the yearly candle opened at 28,800. If it did drop below that, then things would start to look a little bit nasty, really. And for me, that's not a bull cycle. If you had a red yearly candle, you'd expect it to be at least in the green, wouldn't you? But we'll just monitor that. We've still got another 6 months left of this year, and let's see what goes on. And yeah, we're heading down to 24k. Potentially, I've got that level marked up in this green box around here. If you look at that previous bit of movement there, 23, 24k within that range back in beginning of December. But let's see, I mean, I think what would bring us down to that region is a closure below the yearly open. Let's see if we come down and bounce back up with it and see what goes on. But yeah, this has been holding up as support all the way through the entire year. So let's see if we either come back down and test it. If we do close below that region, then it will be bearish, massively. Even though it's bearish now, that will signify me that things are looking nasty. 52 weeks is a year, mate, but that is the previous 52 weeks rather than the 52 weeks beginning from the beginning of the year, if you know what I mean. So it'd show 52 weeks previous to now. Morning, Crypto 7, mate. So yeah, that's a key area to monitor for Bitcoin. 28,800. If we did get closure below that, then we're going down to this region here at 23, 24k. But what we do once we do break below is what I'll do is some more analysis and have a look where we can go. Remember, there's always that possibility that we could bounce at some stage to the upside. If you look at this in terms of a bullish scenario, we could come down and test this 786 level at around 30k and then push back up and go back up to test this EQ, this mid-range. So that's always a possibility. So far though, it's not looking too good, is it? I've just bought some Zilliqa yesterday and I would continue to buy that. That is so cheap. I think I got it at 6.97 cent yesterday. If it comes lower, I'm gonna buy some more. Got some USDC on the side. Scared but exciting times being crypto. It is. I mean, there will be a lot of people who are new in crypto who are thinking, right, this is a scam, it's just continually going down. And that's what the bigger players want you to feel. They want that feel. Let's have a look at Feed and Greer Index, actually. They want you to keep selling your altcoins and your Bitcoin, and once they've flushed everybody out, is that loaded here? Back down to 20. So once you have flushed everybody out, then you will start to see some green candles to the upside. So I mean, let's see what goes on. I think selling if you're in a loss is a bad move. There's always a possibility if you sell at a loss you come back by lower, but that's that risk you take. And personally, I prefer just holding, and I've held since 2017 and seen major dips like this. This is quite quite a fearful time, actually, one of the worst I've seen. But now that price has been so high, you would expect that people are wanting to get in, so they're making this seem pretty fucking nasty, aren't they? Oh, Glenn. Oh well, it'll go back up eventually, mate. It's quite annoying that Bitcoin brings the entire market down, really, because like Zilliqa's got so much going on. We've got that ETH bridge coming up soon. Shitloads going on. That ecosystem is massively growing. And then you just get BTC dragging everything down, which is a bit of a nightmare. But it is what it is. Buy the lows. Hold on. That's exactly right, 7, mate. I mean, nobody wants to buy it when it's dying. Everybody wants to buy it when it's up here, and that's just the way the market goes. That's why the markets pump when they're still pushing higher, because people are wanting to buy it and get in and feel like they're going to miss out. But people don't buy it down here. People won't buy it down here unless you've been in crypto for a while. I certainly will be. I've started to buy alts now. If we trickle down and come down to these regions where people think at 20k, I'll still be buying. And if it goes down to here, which I don't see happening, I will still be buying. But so far, it is looking nasty. All the TA stacking up to be massively bearish. I mean, it's been stacked up to bearish since this drop here. We had a failed retest and then it's dropped lower. But I think we're still above this yearly open. So far, so good. Let's see if we can bounce off this 786 level. But there's always that possibility we could come down and test 28,800 again. But let's just see. Right, what projects we got here? Beta. This is what I was looking for Theta in my last video, wasn't it? We were looking for a drop down to this region, and it bounced back up. But it looks like it's spinning around again. So if you're looking for buys, maybe 528 could be a decent buy. And a lot of candles within that range, and I've got a red level marked up for a reason. So that could be a decent level to target some buys at 520. I mean, remember, there's always wicks here at 381. If you want to be cheeky and bang a few orders in down there, then happy days. If you get a massive sell-off on Bitcoin, because remember, these are still growing. These shorts are building and building, and the more they build, you would expect to be a drop-off in shorts at some point, which would mean they're either taking profit or pulling their positions because the market is potentially going the opposite way. So for me, don't be in any leverage trades currently. Just monitor what goes on, because remember, we could swing down hard, and that's also a possibility. Coming down to test this region now, looking very bearish at, but if you've got some spare coinage on the side, top up. Keep loading up on RSR. I actually bought some RSR yesterday. Bought another 100k's worth. Not dollars. RSR. I had a top up yesterday. About, I think it was 2.2 cent. If it goes lower, if it goes below 2 cent, which it is now, I mean, there's some lows down at this region here at 1.5 cent, which could be a decent area to buy. If it does come down to there, I will be buying more. Does Uniswap look a good buy? Everything looks a good buy for me, mate. Still a lot higher than when it got released, isn't it? Loads high. Maybe 13 bucks. It looks like it's coming down to test that region, so test that area. And we've got some daily support here at pretty much $9.50, $10. So two areas. Maybe monitor that region, see if it comes down. Do you think the mining situation in China is something to worry about? Nope. They're just moving on. They're going to greener. We're going to greener energy, more economical. Won't worry about that. Exactly, Glenn, mate. It's just, this is just manipulation. The blockchain technology is advancing so quick. Countries are starting to adopt it. Governments are starting to accept it by taxing it. This is early days, and all this is manipulation. The lower it goes, the better opportunities you have to be holding bigger bags. Yeah, short is probably a safer bet at a minute. You wouldn't be long in anything like this. I had a long up here somewhere and it got absolutely fucking smashed out of the park, because I thought we were going to bounce back up from this range, but we sunk through it, and we saw that we had 3 white soldiers yesterday. We're hoping for a reversal, and shorts keep building, so nothing you can do to counteract that really, other than sit out or maybe open a short way type stop loss. Everything is looking juicy. It sure is, mate. And the lower we go, the juicier it's going to get. Exactly the same, mate. I mean, that 20k retest is only coming from people saying it on Twitter. There's no like evidence to say, oh, that's going to go to 20k. It's just people spouting on Twitter. There's always a possibility it could come back down and retest those previous all-time highs, but I don't think that's happened in the past. I'm sure it's not. So let's see. This is a solid area of support down at 28,800. Let's see if we come back down. Test it. Currently, we're pretty much touch at 786 level to a T, so we're either going to spin round here or we're going back down to 28,800. Let's see if we can get a bounce from this region. If it does bounce up here, then we're going to go up and test 2832k again. But if we reject through this, we're going to go down and test 28,800. And then I think if we did start to drop below 28,800, 27k looks ripe for picking. And then we've got 24 and 23k within this area of trading last time. How long has it been since a major crash? It was then, wasn't it, I think? So look. Feels like years. I mean, we're probably 9th of May, down to 19th of May. What major crash over that week period? So what's that, like 5 weeks ago now? Long time that. And then pretty much since then to, let's have a look. Pretty much from that crash date. We'll say about beginning of crash there. So 45 days of savagery, pretty much. In fact, from 47 days of shit, really. Long period, really, right? But let's see what comes on this. Let's see if we do rebound, or let's see if we continue this trend down. We could even trend this sideways all the way into mid-July, which will be around that region before potential movement. I mean, we could do something like this. Could drop. Wrong tool. Could drop something like this down to this 20k region, probably reject it up here and then go back up and test that out later on in August this year, but still a bit of much of an unknown, isn't it, yet? Still bullish on ZIL. Why would I not be? Nothing's changed fundamentally. In fact, fundamentals have got stronger. And it's just general market manipulation pulling everything down. Keep buying it up, keep buying these low prices. I've lost all profit now since January. Should I sell or keep hold? Do not sell at a loss, mate. Hold. Even if it goes down low, it's going to bounce back at some stage, so do not sell. Not financial advice, by the way. Sat right on my 786 level. Let's either do or die here. If this holds up, fingers crossed, it's dropping through it now. Looks like 28,800 is coming in. Let's see what happens with this shorts once we do go back down to test 28k region. If it does come down to here and bounces, let's see if them shorts diminish, because the amount of shorts in play is absolutely ridiculous at the minute. Still continuing to rise. Possibility, Andy, mate. That's always a possibility. I'm still DCA into RSI. Good move. Yep, I've just bought some RSI yesterday. The more it goes down, the more I'm going to buy. What I'm not going to do is jump on Twitter and announce it to the world like some people do, but I'll be buying. I'm addicted to buying Trias and VRA. Decent low cap projects, mate. Mohan, how are you doing, mate? I bought 2008 stock market. That's the same, mate. One of my mates, Gigapixel, one of my buddies, he he's into stocks massively, and what he does is he always looks at the highest losers over the course of a week, and whichever's the lowest, he buys them. And the next week, he always seems to be up, mate. So it does show that buying things when they're massively down for no fundamental reason could be a decent way of making money, and that's what we do with crypto. You see the entire market's getting dropped down now, and it's getting absolutely pulled to its knees. But people are buying at these prices. People are getting as much as they can, and okay, so far we've used that 786 level as support and we've bounced off it. Let's see if we get a turnaround here. If not, we're coming down to 28,800. Yeah, they do unfortunately make newbies get absolutely fucking wrecked by watching people like that. Decent channels, but different type of channel to me. They're more into trading and showing how big the bags are, when I just like to talk about what's actually going on in the market and some decent projects that I like. Only wrecked if you sell. Huge buy orders for BTC at 28 and 29k. You would expect so on that yearly open around that region, 28,800. Let's have a look at a few things anyway. See what's going on AgriTrader. If it loads, my computer's been fucked recently. I don't metal fish, I don't Akusama. I've just always preferred Polkadot, the mothership, mate, to be honest. I've just never really bought any. I've just like it either between that and Polkadot, and I just keep topping it up. No, that's not working. And you have Tyson Fury is following me on Twitter. Some random people follow me on Twitter. Tim Bresnan, if you're watching, cricketer, used to play for England. Ella Henderson, which is a bit random. Must be a bot following me, that one. Ryan Fredericks, who plays for West Ham. A few people out there following me, so must be doing some alright. I've never watched that crypto banner, to be honest. I don't really watch any crypto YouTubers, most of them fucking annoy me. Morning Steve, how's it doing, mate? I missed any questions out on that, let me just scroll back up. Let's have a look. So I bought some Zilliqa recently. Let's have a look. See if we've got any weekly levels of support down here. Low currently, so that's for low. Don't want to go too low in case of market. That's a level there. Nice weaker level of support. So that's a level right down there at 4.1 cent. Can't see it's coming down there, to be honest, but you never know. We've got some wicks here as well at 5.1 cent, which could be a potential. But let's see if we bounce off this region. This was a bottom, and we've used it as support a hell of a lot down at 6 cent on the nose, so let's see if that holds. But so far, if you're looking for buys, maybe ladder some down from 6.4 all the way down to 4.6. You might get some orders filled in down there. Best way to start with. Fucking hell, HG, nobody's mentioned TRX in this stream. I don't think ever. Should I have a look at TRX? Never ever look at it. What's it done in terms of a drop? 74% from very highs to very lows. I think that's the all-time high as well, isn't it? So that shows some confluence with that level there where we closed that daily candle back in February. Actually wick right down to that previously. 4 hour time frame here. Let's see if we can come down and retest that region again. But if you're looking at the entire move, probably going to get some orders filled down at this range. Could be a decent area to start laddering some down from. So 5.4 cent. Ladder them down to 4.6, and then if we do lose this level, look at some of these levels at 3.2 and 4 cent. What would be the bottom for this dump? That's a question that we all would like to know, wouldn't it, mate? Answer is who knows. So far we've bounced off this 786 level, and we could come back down to test 28,800. A key area would be if we could bounce off that. If not, if we actually close below that, then it would be very bearish, and we'd probably come down to 27 or 24, or within this area of liquidation around here, or liquidity should I say, around 23k. There's calls for retests of this 20k region, previous all-time highs. Personally, I can't see that, but you never know what could happen in market, do you? Worth selling a small percent of one convert to accumulate now. Up to you, mate. If you're willing to risk it, I'm not willing to risk it. I'm happy with my bags, what I've got. I mean, we always would be better if we did have bigger bags, won't we? But if you're willing to risk accumulating, because I mean, everything does look bearish and we could drop down, and I think probably a good reason to be selling would be if we did lose this and you was still in profit and you're looking to accumulate. If we did lose 28,800, and the market would probably bounce down, but depends. I mean, a lot of people could be aiming at that, and I think people could be thinking, right, what if it closes below 2800? Am I going to sell then? Everybody starts selling them and we'll just get a massive green candle to the upside. So it's tough, mate. It's really tough. With what's going on behind the scenes, as in the billionaires pretty much running the market a minute. For me, I'm just leaving it. I'm just sitting out, leaving all my assets in position. I've got some USDC on my side. If things do drop, I'll top up. If a pump, I'm in position. So either way, I'm prepared for this. But I wouldn't risk myself accumulating via selling assets which I've bought previously, which are still in profit. What are your thoughts on VeChain? My thoughts for most assets which have dropped stays the same as when there was high. Fundamentally sound. If they're fundamentally sound, buy them up when they're cheap. Lee Kennedy. I think a good entry is that yearly open, to be honest, mate. 28,800. I think that's a solid entry. But that's accumulation zone rather than a trading zone. You could trade it and see what goes on, but we've got three levels here, 27, 24 and 23k could be decent levels to look at. Last time I was buying ETH, it was $80 back in March of 2020 maybe. It did drop down to those levels, didn't it? Still massively up from then, aren't we? I mean, we're currently at 1,700 bucks, so plenty of growth we've had there. I was looking at some buy areas on BNB. Thought to get this region marked up. I mean, honestly, I think that's a sound level to buy at 212 bucks. Currently at 265. It just depends, mate. I mean, if you're willing to buy them and dollar cost average down, we've still got this area down here, which could mark up as well. At 147, 150 region, so depends. Let's see how Bitcoin does. If this continues to drop and we'll lose this level, which was that previous dump level at 211, 212, then it could come down to here, but I'd potentially dollar cost average a few prices down from pretty much 250 all the way down to 150, have a few orders within that range. I think that could be decent areas to buy. And if it did lose that, then crypto's a scam. No, it's not, but you know what I mean. I think it should bounce soon, but let's see. Weekends are always volatile, and contract expiries, which I had yesterday too. So Ethereum is right on that area where we retested last time at 1700 bucks. We don't need any closures below this line, or it's going to turn nasty. That has been savage. That is a nasty looking downtrend since we had that highs up there. So that's looking nasty at the minute, really. For anything bullish, we need a break above that region at around 1800 bucks. Let's see if this level holds up nicely here. Fingers crossed. Amount of shorts in play, still massive. Amount of longs in play. Huge. It is what it is, and we'll just wait longer. Exactly. Patience will pay off there, mate. How do you know when the price drops what the next support is? You work it out yourself, mate. So, for example, in fact, on my one of my playlists, if you go into my page and go into playlists and go into lessons, I've done a lesson on how to use support and resistance and how to plot it. Go and watch that video, and it'll show you how to actually find out when the next levels of support or resistance are. Ever have a moment when you think it's just a giant scam? Nope. I'm in for the long run. This is just like I said, I've mentioned this all the time, but it's just manipulation to make you think like that. And if you think it is a scam, then they've won already, haven't they? So don't worry about it. Making over 1 ETH per month sound, mate. That's best time to make money is when you see everybody losing. Knock it, Mike. Yeah, it's always a possibility, mate. If every weekend price is dropping and rising for every week, then why not try and trade that? We'll always be at weekend where that catches you out. So look at a couple of the charts a second. And Federal down at 9-10 cent a minute. Wow, that's cheap. I think if it loses that region, it's going to come down to here at 9.6 cent. And also we've got the The highs of that move, we also got the lows of that move too there. If you look at that region, we rejected off it, I mean, use that as support, so imagine if it came down to 2 cents, imagine that. Some levels for you to monitor if you're wanting to get into more SDL. You think we should be buying Ethereum and Bitcoin right now? I think it's a decent time to buy, to be honest. I think it is, yeah, considering where we've been over the last 2 months. I think it's a great time to buy. Obviously, the price will still go lower. If it goes lower, just buy more. Or maybe if you're looking to buy now, maybe not put your full allotment in, so break it down into 4 orders and maybe put 25% in now, wait for it to drop. If it doesn't drop, then you've still got some in play, haven't you? So I think it's a decent area to buy, and I think 28,800 should be a decent level to buy too. So far we're game, we've had that reaction off this 786 level, but let's see if it spins around. I think weekend fluctuation will happen for some time to come. It's been happening for the last year, hasn't it? Feels like. I think every weekend's been shit, and then Monday morning we've seen pumps. So apart from this last few weeks when markets just died every day. But let's see. Really need to go back and regain this ground at 34,800. Give us a little bit of hope. $27K is not a million miles off as a possibility, but I think this will hold up as support. It would be nice if we did stay above this region here. These are the lowest 4-hourly candle closures that we've had in a long time, since back to January, so slightly bearish for that. Let's see if we bounce. Our lower time frames are reliable to spot a trend like 5 minutes or 15 minutes. Oh, not as reliable as the higher time frames, but yeah, TA works on all time frames, so yeah. Right, a couple more minutes and I'm going to sack it off. Any projects you want me to cover before we call the stream an end? Hedex. New internet. Only been listed since April. In terms of price action, it's not really done much, has it? Obviously, resistance there. I'm going to ignore that first wick, which is probably a listing wick, which you usually get. So that's for two. Let's say that's top $37. That's a drop below that lower range now, so that's not good news really. I mean, if you're looking for buys, let's see if you can use $10 as support if it just continues to drop. But as a price action has not been down that region before, I think $10 will be probably a decent region where people are thinking, right, let's put some buy orders in down at that level and pick some up there. But in terms of TA, there's not much you can analyse there other than we had a double top there, come back down, tried to retest it again but rejected. So $10 if you're looking to buy, I think could be a decent level. Umbrella network. It's pretty much died off as well, hasn't it? Obviously buys will be targeted at this region at 15 cents. don't think it's been down it. This is, again, it's a new project, so I can't do much in terms of TA. I mean, it's only got data since February. But we've wicked down to that region before, so there's a good chance it could wick down again. And remember, if he's not been down here, things still could go lower. If we just look at this in terms of a got some levels down here, which could be nasty. You got 10 cent. I mean, you probably got 7.5 cent too. So not going to look at any levels lower on that. Watched my video this morning. Nice. Has it bounced off 30? It's bounced off about fib, mate, to a T. Bounced off 30,200 there, so a little bit lower. Yeah, 30,130 it's bounced off. I mean, every reaction we've had on all the other fibs of and levels have not really materialised. I mean, personally, it might just be a bounce before and ultimately drop down to 28,800, but let's see. Let's see what goes on. Yeah, don't buy that fake bounce for now. I won't buy anything unless you're dollar cost averaging it into altcoins. In terms of BTC, I wouldn't buy anything right now, but altcoins are bleeding and it's a perfect time to buy them. But remember, if it comes lower, it is just an opportunity. But welcome, mate. I'm just about to finish up, so started a bit earlier today. What time is it? Yeah, I need to get off anyway, so thanks everybody for tuning in today. I'll try and throw a few tweets out. If we get any major price action, really, we need this to fuck off, don't we? And start coming back down to his regions. So yeah, as ever, thanks everybody who's tuned in. Really appreciate it. If you're new here, make sure you're subscribed. Probably might not be doing a stream till about Wednesday now. Got some shit to do, but yeah, cheers everybody. Have a good weekend. I'm going out on Razzle this afternoon, so Sunday's going to be written off. So fingers crossed I don't die off. But yeah, catch you all tomorrow.